You can just imagine how shocking it would be to see someone that you thought had died. For one husband, he'd hired the murder of his wife. So that's exactly what happened to him. Noela Rukundo, she confronted her partner of 10 years, Balenga Kalala, outside of her own memorial service. Now, Joe, this is what happened. Prior to surprising him at her own funeral, he'd hired a gang of 8 men to kill her. He'd actually given them $7,000, and they pick her up. They decide not to do it. They call her a stupid woman for being with somebody that, that would, hire them to have her murdered. They keep the $7,000. They put her out on the side of the road with a cell phone. Obviously, she contacts the police. 5 days later, she shows up at her own memorial service, and her husband, I'm assuming, would be beside himself. He's orchestrating this fake funeral for her entire community to eulogize her. You think that somebody would question why they didn't have a body.
She really got him back, didn't she, by waiting and saving her moment for her actual funeral with the families present before she revealed that she was alive and her husband was a murderer. It seems like this is a case of the good criminals, maybe. I'm wondering, did the criminals even, would they get into trouble for something like this? Obviously, they're taking money, pretending to be hitmen, but apparently not actually going through with the crime.
Well, I love their rationale. They said, we don't kill women. I love that. That's a classic. That's a great reason. That's enough for me. Hey, this Noela Rukundo, she was left out. She has 8 children with this asshole. I just want to point out that, aside from him being sentenced for 9 years for being complicit in or conspiring to murder her, she has 8 children now that she has to support because of this man who had orchestrated her fake funeral after he tries to hire her to have her killed. This is what the justice who sentenced him had to say in this case. Had Miss Rukundo's kidnappers completed the job, 8 children would have lost their mother. It was premeditated and motivated by unfound jealousy, anger, and desire to punish Miss Rukundo. So he knew it was premeditated.
Absolutely. I think he should have got more than 9 years. It was a murder. For all intents and purposes, he thought he had committed this murder. She has 9 lives, apparently, and again gets to start a new life, finally gets away from this horrible, horrible man. I can definitely see a movie coming out of this. There's the hitmen that pretend to be hitmen, and there's the woman that turns up at her own funeral.
Right. Well, she actually got him to confess on tape yes. So she actually got him to confess to the crime during a conversation that was secretly recorded by police after she shows up. I guess she's pretending like she, would be accepting of the. I love this man's rationale. This rationale is just a classic sociopathic excuse. When she shows up at the memorial service that's eulogizing her and he sees her, he says, sometimes the devil can come into someone to do something, but after they've started thinking, what did I do? What that thing? He begged her to forgive him. So the devil made him do it. But lucky for her, she has 9 lives. He got 9 years.